What's up YouTube, it's your boy Barcode. I'm back with another video. Today's video is the long-awaited and requested Poison Team comp. If you have Gangello, this is your dream. I don't personally have, I wish I did, but I'm going to show you the free-to-play version on how to use a Poison Team. A couple different variations of them as well. But if you like the content, you know what to do. Hit that sub button, hit the like button, hit that bell dingy thing so you know when I post a video. Let's get to it. Currently, there are 11 poison heroes in the game. Now, ultimately, for a poison team, you want your boy Gangello. Gangello is awesome for multiple different reasons. High base stats because he's a legendary character. His ultimate hits all enemies and applies a poison for 2 turns. If the enemy already has poison, it applies a no positive effect debuff for 2 turns, which is even better. You speed tune him to go as your second poison comp or your third, and then have Santis right after him to extend the poison. Pretty dope. His second skill also is a strip, which removes any positive effects on one enemy and then heals himself for how many poisons there are on the enemy. His main skill, auto attack per se, applies a poison 100% per resistance and accuracy. Don't forget that. But the main thing that makes him shine, which is more on the whale side of things, but if you farm for a while and get the legendary ascension things, then you can maximize his potential for sure. But his passive, all enemies take 50% more damage from poison. If he's ascended, enemies will take 100% more damage from poison. So currently poisons right now do 3% of the max HP of the enemy. Currently at an unascended passive, it's 4.5% max HP. And when he's fully ascended to the level where ascension affects his passives, then he gets 100%, which is 6% max HP of the enemy. Now this is huge because you can stack poisons up to 10 on an enemy. Right now, without my Gangello, if I have 10 poisons up on the enemy, that's 30% max HP of the enemy. If you have Gangello unascended, that's 45% max HP of the enemy. And if you have ascended Gangello to the passive ability, then you will take 6%, which is 60% of the max HP of the enemy. A boss literally dies in 2 turns. If you have Gangello, congratulations. He is a dream. I could re-roll a third account and just try to re-roll for him, but I really don't want to do that, but I kind of am tempted. But since we're free to play, I will go with a different option, the free to play route. Let's go into Tulpa 7 just because my last video was Tulpa 7 and it talked about element advantage being very huge, but I do not bring element advantage in this poison team comp. There's a couple different variations, but I'm going to show you a very specific one, especially since it's Tulpa. You don't want to bring any water monsters. So this is the team right here. Connor is here for your support and your heals, just to keep your team alive. And let's start with the base core free-to-play poison team member, and that's Valuk. Grandpa Groot. Now with Grandpa Groot, you're only going to be using his first skill, so you're going to turn all of his skills off on the auto. Or if you manually just only do the first skill. But what makes him shine is 2 different things. One, his passive, whenever an ally gets attacked, he has a chance, a 50% chance, so it's very RNG. However, it works a lot more than you think. Applies poison to the attacker for 50% chance for 2 turns. Now when a boss or an enemy does AoE, that hits your whole team, there's 3 chances that it's going to apply a poison. Most cases it's 1, sometimes it's 2, and sometimes it's even 3 poisons. His single target main attack applies a poison as well, also a 50% chance, so very RNG. And I think also underrated is his passive when you have him to the 5th ascension, 100% chance to counterattack with accuracy down, which mitigates a lot of damage. And for some reason, the giant always attacks Valuk over anybody else, and it's really concerning. I don't know why. I feel like the enemy AI on targeting is really busted in this game, and I feel like that needs to be improved. That's a different topic for a different video. But he applies a lot of poisons just by on the counter of his passive. My second character, Exul. He's good for 3 things. 1, his ultimate hits all enemies on, it's a 4-turn cooldown, which is nice, but it hits all enemies, applies a poison, which is 100% before accuracy and resistance. But it's also for 3 turns, which is huge. His second skill is just a single target attack, can heal him some depending on how much damage he does, but you're going to build all these characters, these poison characters, tanky anyway, because you just want to survive and let the poisons do its ticks. His first skill also applies a poison and also is a chance for 50%, which is very RNG, but that's okay. You'll have plenty of poisons. And his passive, which is why I'm going to show you that you want to kill the left elite first and then go for the boss, is his poison applies to all enemies for 2 turns when an enemy dies. So once you kill the left elite, another poison will go on the boss, and that's when you start knocking him down. You don't want to go to the right elite in Tulpa in this one, because all the AoE poisons and everything like that from the Lux passive and from Axel's ultimate, the boss may get the shield and you may not be targeting him, so that's not good. Now typically if this wasn't a wind monster, I'd bring in Santis. Santis is another core member of a poison team. She prolongs the duration of all poison effects when she uses her ultimate, and it applies poison as well, which is nice. Her passive also, any enemies affected by poison has a chance to apply an additional effect, and if you have her ascended, which you can as free to play by synthesizing mirrors, right? But that's 100% chance to apply 2 poisons every time you attack an enemy, which is just huge. Second skill doesn't apply a poison, but it will add poisons to another enemy if there's poisons on the enemy that she's attacking that with. And her first skill also applies another poison, which is 100% for accuracy and resistance. I don't know why I have to say this every time, but I have to. So she is a huge poison person. Definitely if you use Gangello, you need Santis unless it's a wind monster, of course. But there's other people to go around that. And guess who it is? It's Raven. Now a lot of people say Raven only use the first skill, turn off all the other skills on auto. I could see that, and I've done that as well. But if you give her good gear, she can nuke the shield of the boss, in Tulpa anyway. Because the shield is so important to kill in Tulpa, I suggest building a nuke build for her. I gave her all my Zachary gear, and it's all 15-15, okay? This is all free-to-play gear, mind you, so you can do this as well. But you'll see what I mean when we start. Once the boss gets the shield, she will be able to nuke it down with all the poisons on her, because her ultimate deals 120% damage to the enemy plus 50% damage for every negative effect on the enemy. When she's ascended to her 5th star, she ignores defense by 50% when she's in stealth, which her second skill gives her stealth. Her first skill applies a poison, which is the highest for free to play, 80% on a target, and it's for 3 turns, which is huge, and this reduces the cooldown of the stealth skill by 1. But like I said, if you're not using some kind of wind damage dealing team or whatever the case may be, you can take out Raven, put in Santis, and if you don't need heals or sustain, you could take out Connor, and if you have William, 100% put in William. Use the heal over time spell, mainly as your sustain. Get to the boss and just let this do work right here. Once William puts that counter attack buff up, it starts to get crazy to see how many poisons come up. But because it's Tulpa and it's a wind monster, I'm going to show you how this poison team works. Alright, so this is it. This is the clear wave clearing. Wave clearing is not too bad. Axel's actually good for that. His ultimate will clear the wave. No big deal. I'm disconnecting from the server, so that's not cool. But I'll get this video off here. I'm reconnected. We're good. Alright, so now we're going to go into the boss stage here. What I'm doing here is I'm killing the left elite first, then going straight to the boss. Because when I don't want that shield to pop open when I have all these poisons up and I'm attacking the right elite. Because then I'm putting single target poisons on the right elite, not killing the shield, and then I get screwed. So by the time you get to the boss, because there's not a lot of AoE damage here, all the skills will most likely be up, but here we go. We're going to start on the left. We're going to do what we can do. The poison, there's the poison from Veluk. That's 50% chance, mind you, okay? So, doing damage, getting it done. There's the boss applied accuracy down and 1 poison from Veluk's passive, which is huge. There's another poison from single target, 50% again from Axel. Raven went into stealth with the second skill, but that was knocked out because the AoE, which is fine. Doesn't happen all the time. You'll get the RNG. But the poisons are ticking. There's the AoE poisons. Got some on the boss, which is nice. There's Raven putting in work. The left side is dead now, and now I'm going straight for the boss. So Connor's here for sustain, and it's a shield, obviously. We got 2 poisons up right now. There may be more sometimes. Some of the buffs kind of hide it. There's not enough interface to show how many poisons are on there, but here we go. We're gonna get another poison here. He's almost at 50% for the shield. There's another poison. There's a big hit from Raven. I'm in stealth now, but she gets out of stealth because of the AoE. No big deal, but it's fine. Go ahead and do some more damage, and hopefully Raven with a big hit to kill that. There's another poison applied by the luck, and another poison from Raven there too. So there's the poisons. Shield's almost dead. That was a lot of damage. Shield is dead now. Just from poisons, mind you. That's a lot of poisons. I'm going to take it off of auto and just see how many poisons there are. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 poisons right now. And that's not even without Santis. With Santis, you get 10 like all the time. It's crazy. But let's go ahead and finish this off. And this next poison will kill him. So GG. There we go. Let's summon Tulpa 7. Non-fire, except for Connor, obviously, but Connor's a staple to a lot of teams, but there you have it. So like I said, a lot of different variations you can use as well. It really just depends on what the enemy element is. You can use poison teams in any of the arcane dominators. You can use it in bounties. You can use it in trials. You can use it on boss modes in the chapter. A lot of different places you can use it. Obviously, if you have Gangelo, you're set, you're done. But other people to look out for, again, is Santis, Valuk, Agzul, Raven, and even William will definitely help your poison team shine and apply as many dots as possible. If you like the video, you know what to do. Sub, like, ding-a-ding-a-bell. See you in the next one. Peace.